Welcome to the 2020 Temasek Primary School Mathematics Prelim Paper MCQ Answers. Grab your pens and papers and let's get started. Okay, question 1. In this value, okay, the digit 9 is in the... So I'm gonna make it bigger. So I'm copying the question here on the right hand side. I'm gonna underline this, okay, because this is the digit they are looking for. So let's start with this. The one on the most right hand side. This is our ones place, okay, followed by tens, hundreds, thousands. So after thousands, it will be 10,000s, okay. So our answer will just be option number 2. Very straightforward. Let's move on. What is the capacity of a can of Coca-Cola? So now, I believe all of you guys here have drank soft drinks. So a can of Coca-Cola will never be this amount. Neither will it be this amount. Okay. So 35 ml, it's too little. So it is usually 350 ml. Sometimes we get 330 ml, but it's always along there. Okay. So, you know the big Coca-Cola bottles? It's 1.5 liter. So you think about it, 3.5 liter is probably like about 2 bottles plus 1 can of it. So anyway, questions like that really test a lot on your life skills, I guess, and how much you are exposed to general knowledge. So let's move on. Simplify 15W minus 2 minus W plus 10. So 15W minus 2 minus W plus 10 equals to, I'm going to group all my algebra together, okay? So when I group, right, I got to take the sign with it, okay? So 15W starts first and it is minus W, okay? So I'll copy whatever is left, okay? I have minus 2 plus 10. So 15W minus W is, there's an imaginary 1 here. So 15 minus 1 is 14W. So if you look here, right, minus 2 plus 10, you'll be thinking, how do I start? How do I do this question if it's a minus 2? Okay, so I'll give you an example here. 2 plus 3 equals to 5, right? 3 plus 2 also equals to 5, right? So same thing, I can rearrange it so that I can see it clearly, okay? So I'm going to put the plus 10 first. Then I'm going to put the minus 2 later. So 10 minus 2 is just 8. Okay, so a simple trick is to rearrange the values to suit you, okay, to suit what you learn. So the answer will just be option 1. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 4, find the total mass of the 2 packets of flour as shown below. So these are 2 packets of flour with different masses, okay. One is 2/5 kg and one is 3/8 kg. They want total. So total is we have to add. Okay, so let's just start adding. 2/5 plus 3/8. So our denominator is not the same. So we got to make it the same first before we continue with this question. So the easiest thing is to multiply by whatever the other one is. So 5 out times 8, 8 out times 5. Okay, so my bottom will be 40. Okay. So 16, 15. I need to do working because paper 1, no calculators. So 31/40. Okay, and that's my answer. That's it. Option 4. So let's move on. Find the parameter of the quarter circle. So quarter means 1/4. Okay, so my radius is 7 cm, right? So my diameter will be 7 plus 7, or 7 times 2, which either one will give you 14 cm. Okay, so it's a quarter circle. So I need to add 1/4 times, what's our pi? 22/7 times diameter. Okay, pi times diameter equals to circumference. Okay, so I add a 1/4 because it's only 1/4 of a circle. So equals to, we have to make all of that into a fraction first, okay? And then we continue with the question. So I can cancel. So 14 divided by 7, I get 2. And then I can cancel again. cancel with this, I get 2. So both divide by 2. This one I can divide by 2 again. I'm going to get 11. Okay, so 1 times 11 times 1 is just 11 over 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. So it's equals to 11 cm. So this curved part, I'm going to probably use another color. So this curved part is 14 cm. Okay, so they want the perimeter of the quarter circle. Don't forget to add the 7 here and the 7 here. Okay, I'm going to change back to my blue. So what I need to do is, sorry, this is not 14, it's 11. Okay, because my answer was 11. So it's 11. Okay, anyway, let's just add all together. 11 plus 7 plus 7 equals to 18 plus 7. 18 plus 7 is 25. Okay, so my answer will be option 2. Okay, that's it. Let's move on. Next, the line graph shows David's monthly savings from March to July. Okay, so how many months did David save at least $30? Let's find out how much he saved per month first. So in March it's 15. Okay, April it's 35. May it's 20. June is quite a lot, 45. And July is 30. So in which month did he save at least 30? So April is 35, so yes, he did save at least 30. June he saved 45, so yes, at least 30. And lastly, July he saved 30, so he did save at least 30. So there are a total of 3 months. Okay, so question 7. In a group of 40 students, 28 are boys. What percentage of students are girls? So if 40 students, 28 are boys, to find the number of girls, I need to minus. Okay, so there are 12 girls. So what percentage of the students are girls? So I need to take girls over total times 100. Okay, so I'll cancel. And then it becomes 1, it becomes 3. So 3 times 10 is just 30%. My answer is option number 3. Okay, let's move on. 8. What is the minimum number of squares that must be added so that the line XY becomes a line of symmetry? So if you download the paper online or you printed it out, you realize that it's basically blank. So what I did is I shaded it back. Okay, so this is how it should look like. So now that you know that it's shaded this way, maybe you can give it another try on your own first before you see the answers, okay? But anyway, I'm going to go through this now. So in order to make it symmetrical, the first thing I need to do is to know that the line of symmetry is here. Okay, it's a diagonal. So if I look at it diagonally, I can find out which boxes I should shade, okay, or add. So let's look here. This is shaded. This half a square is, this triangle here is shaded, and the one opposite is shaded, so I'll shade this. This full square is shaded, but the one opposite is not shaded, so this is one of the squares I need to add. Okay, so what's next? This half a square, this triangle is shaded, this triangle is shaded. Okay, we're done here. So let's move down again. So this is half a square, which is a triangle. So this triangle is shaded, this is also shaded. This square is shaded, but the one opposite is not shaded. So this is the second square we need to add. Okay. So let's move down the line. If we continue moving down the diagonal line, so this, you see, this triangle is not shaded, therefore this is not shaded, so it's cool. So this is how symmetry should look like. So let's move on. This square is shaded, but this one here is not. So this is the third square we need to add. Okay. So let's move down. Okay, triangle shaded, triangle shaded. So this square is shaded, but this one here is not shaded, so we have to shade this. Okay, so this is how I usually do my symmetry questions. You guys can follow this method too. Okay, so total the answer is 4 because 4 squares are needed. Okay, so next, a rectangular container has a square base of 5. So if this is 5, this will be 5 cm also. Okay, and a height of 9. What's the capacity of a container? Capacity means how much it can hold. So basically, they're asking you to find the volume. Okay, so length is 5 times breadth, 5 times height. Okay, 5 times 5 is 25. So 25 times 9 is just 225. Okay, cm cube. So my answer is 3. Let's move on. Question 10. In the figure below, A, B, and C, they are straight lines. Find y. So my y is here. Okay, and if AB is a straight line, and this angle is 90, that means that this angle here will also be 90. Okay, because 180 minus 90 equals to 90. Okay, so if this is a right angle, and AB is a straight line, this will be a 90 degrees also. So they also told us that this whole thing, I'm going to use another color. They said that this is 125 degrees. So if this is 125 and this is 90, can we find out what this angle is? We just need to take 125 to minus 90 degrees, correct? We are going to get 35. Okay, so this angle here is 35 degrees. So A, B, and C, D are straight lines and they cut each other. So if this is angle Y, this will be angle Y also. So what's your angle Y? Your angle Y will just be 35 degrees because they are vertically opposite. Okay, option 2. So question 11. Ali is standing at the school. Okay, so he's here. North, south, west, east. Okay, so he is facing north. So he's facing this side now. And he turns 90 degrees clockwise. Clockwise means I turn this way. Okay, so he turns 90 degrees clockwise. I'm going to use a darker color so that you guys can see it carefully. Okay, north, south, west, east. Okay, so he is facing this direction now, north, and then he turns 90 degrees clockwise. So 90 degrees means here. Okay, so he's here now, and then he turns 225 degrees in the anti-clockwise direction. I'm going to use another color. Okay, so he turns 225 in the anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise means I need to go this way instead. Okay, so let's start from here because that's where he's at now. So once I'm here, it's 180 degrees, right? I need to stop here. Okay, so because this is 180 and this is 45 degrees. Okay, 180 plus 45 is 225, which is exactly the angle that he turned. Okay, so where is he facing now? He's now here. So my answer would just be mark it, which is option 2. Just make sure you know your anti-clockwise and clockwise directions well, and you'll be fine. Then 12, the table shows Adam's results slip with the scores for 4 subjects. He accidentally spilled some ink on it and his maths and science scores cannot be seen. So the difference between his maths and science scores is the smallest possible value. So I want my difference to be as small as possible. So let's see. Mathematics starts with a 9. Okay, 90 something. Science starts with 80 something. Okay, so in order to make that difference the smallest, my mathematics have to be the lowest score possible. So it has to be 90. Okay, this is the lowest score possible with a digit 9. And my science score has to be the highest possible. So the highest digit will be, the biggest digit will be 9. Okay, so this way, the difference is 1. Okay, so we got it. Math in 90, science 89. Okay, so this is the smallest possible difference. And find the average score for Malay and mathematics. So average is this triangle here, correct? So our total is Malay is 70, mathematics is 90, it is 160. Okay, so 2 subjects. To find average, it is 160, which is total, to divide by 2. I'm going to get 80. Okay, so my option will be 1. Let's move on. Amanda folded a rectangular piece of paper into halves as shown in the figure 1. So I folded it here. So there's a crease here. Crease is like a fold. Okay, so a crease was formed at the folded part. Okay, then after that she folded this piece of paper again. And then she has 3 creases. So how many creases were there on the same piece of paper after she folded it for 5 times? So you do realize that every time I fold, I'm getting 2 parts. Okay, so I fold 1 time, my paper gets divided into 2. Okay, my paper gets divided into 2. If I fold it 2 times, my paper gets divided into 4. Okay, what if I fold it 3 times? My paper gets divided into, it's a multiplication of 2. Okay, so my paper gets folded into 8. 4 times, 16. 5 times, 16 times 2. Okay, 32. So there are 32, it will be folded into 32 parts. Okay, so do you realize that when I have 2 parts, when it's folded into 2, I get 1 crease. When I fold it into 4 parts, I get 3 creases. So it's always the value minus 1. So if I fold it 3 times and there's 8, and it's 8 parts, I'm getting 7 creases. So when I fold it for 5 times, how many creases will there be? I just need to take 32 to minus 1 to get 31. Okay, so my answer is option 3. Okay, the figure shows a square ABCD inside a circle, and O is the center of a circle with a diameter of 20. Find the shaded area. So in order to find the shaded area, we need to find out the area of the circle to minus away the area of the square. So let's do it. Okay, let's find the area of circle first. Area of circle will just be pi times r, right? So if my diameter is 20, my r will be 20 divided by 2, which is 10. Okay, so we have to leave our answers in terms of pi. So let's take pi as an algebra, okay? So pi times 10 times 10, okay? Because my r is 10. 10 times 10 is 100, so I'm left with 100 pi cm square. So this is the area of the circle. So now we have to find the area of the square. So how do we do it? Do we have the sides of the square? Do we have AB or AD or anything? We don't. But we can see that our square is divided into 2 triangles. So AC is the diameter, correct? So AC will be 20 cm. So half times base, my base is AC, my height is OB. Okay, so half times, again, AC is the diameter, so diameter is 20. Okay, how about OB? OB is a radius. You see, this is the center of a circle and this is the edge of a circle. So OB is the radius, so radius is 10. So we can do this, okay? So half times 20 times 10 is 200. So 200 divided by 2, it will be 100. Okay, so one triangle is 100. So the area of the square will be 100 times 2, which is 200. Okay, so we need to take area of circle, which is 100 pi, to minus away our area of square. Okay, so my answer will be 100 pi minus away 200 cm square. Option 2. Okay, so let's look at question 15 now. The figure shows 2 identical circles, X and Z, and a smaller circle, Y. So 1/6 of circle X and 3/5 of circle Y are shaded. Find the ratio of the area of the shaded parts to the total area of the figure. So let's look at circle X. So if this is 1/6 that's shaded, I'm going to put here 1 unit. And I'm going to put here 5 unit. Okay? Because 1 is shaded and my total is 6, so 5 plus 1 is 6. Okay? So let's look at circle Y. So circle Y have 3/5 of the circle shaded, but I cannot compare this. I cannot say that this is I cannot assume okay, that they share the same units. So I'm just gonna underline it first. And then find the ratio of the area of shaded parts to the total area of figure. So my Z and my X has the same units, correct? And they're both 6 units. So let's look at the option, okay? Because we're not given a lot of information. So what we can do is we can play around and check the options. So let's look at option 1. Area of the shaded part is 3 and total area of the figure is 14. So this part is 1 unit, correct? So if this is 1 unit, that means this has to be 2 units, okay? So that it can be 3 units. So we are done with the 3 unit. Let's see if we can get 14 units. So if 3 over 5 of circle Y is shaded, so there's 3 units shaded now. What is this part here? It will just be 5 minus 3, which is 2 units. Okay, so there's 2 units that's unshaded for circle Y. So, like I said, circle Z, it adds up to 6 units because it's the same as circle X. So if it's 2 units, this part will be 6 minus 2, okay, which is 4 units. So this will be 4 units. So let's add it together. 5 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4. I'm going to get 14 units. So I got it. My answer will be number 1. Okay, I'm trying to use an elimination method, but we got lucky because the first option is the correct answer. Okay, so we can look here also. Let's look at this, 3 to 17. So if this is 3 units, we can never get 17 units because we just went through it. It has to be 6 units here, it has to be 6 units here, and if it's 3 units shaded for Y, 2 units will be unshaded. So when we add up, we can only get 14 units. Okay, so yeah, this elimination method. So congrats, we're at the end of the paper. And I'll see you in the next paper, which will be this school's Booklet B.